running late.
Get that? Can't be for me.
Why not?
I'm in the shower.
Hello, Lieutenant.
Not that I'm unhappy to see you, Harry, but please tell me this is a social call.
I'm afraid it isn't.
Mayday! Mayday! What? He said what?
Lieutenant Wilson is changing his testimony. He's not backing your version of the crash.
But he was there. He knows what happened.
Stay calm, Lieutenant.
Stay calm? My fellow officers are carving my career like hyenas. Forgive me, Commander, but maybe I should get another lawyer, someone who'll bite heads off.
I know how you feel.
With all due respect, sir, you do not. I have worked my whole life for these wings, and I will not give them up without a fight. What if I don't take it?
Captain Hawkins will testify before the Board of Inquiry that you were solely responsible for the loss of a multi-million-dollar F-18 Hornet. Your former friend, Lieutenant Wilson, will lie and support this contention under oath after a spirited defense by yours truly. Lieutenant Chris Kelly, United States Navy, will be relieved of her flight status.
Either way, my commission is over. Let me guess. The Navy wants me back.
In a manner of speaking, yes.
À gauche, je suis pas sûr que ce soit ici, mais il m'avait dit que c'était là, mais bon.
Non.
Je crois que c'est ici.
Excusez-moi, puis-je vous aider?
Vous parlez français?
Un peu. J'ai habité un an à Paris.
Tu sais où se trouve le musée d'art moderne?
Oh, the museum. Yeah, it's 2 blocks down. Yeah, I'll just show you.
Okay.
Okay, so you go down 2 blocks and then you turn left.
Hey! Money, wallets, and jewelry in the bag, now!
Please don't hurt me.
And your wallet! Hurry up, come on!
Are you okay? Stay right here. I'll get the police.
Il a-tu piqué mon passeport?
Hey, sure can pick them, Sheila. It's like 200 Americans, some frog, some decent watches, too.
Well, it'll give me something to do while I'm waiting for the UN to hire me as a translator.
Hey, you know what they call pretty girls in Australia? Sheilas.
Well, I'll fit right in then, won't I?
Hello. You're gonna be their queen.
11 stick-ups of foreign tourists in 10 days, and what a coincidence. Rapunzel just happens to be at every one. Chris, I don't mean to pry. Okay, yeah, I do. This guy that showed up this morning, he really shook you up. Harry was my lawyer in the Navy. Okay, that makes sense. It's a long story, and not very interesting. So what was Harry the lawyer doing on our doorstep?
There's a young pilot that's going through the same adjustment problems I had. He wants me to talk to her.
How come I get the feeling there's a lot more going on than you're telling me?
Because there is. Harry.
Hey. Glad you could make it, Lieutenant. Rebecca Santori, this is Officer Chris Kelly.
Ma'am? You're a Navy flyer, Lieutenant. Your eyes couldn't be that bad. Call me Chris.
Yes, ma'am. Chris.
Let's talk.
It was cloudless, 45 miles out over the ocean. My B and I were in a Tomcat following flight leader's Hornet. Simulating radar avoidance, my flight leader pulled vertical. I nosed up after him. As we climbed through 10,000 at a follow range of 60 feet, flight leader hit his afterburners.
Oh, no.
His jet wash clipped our wing. I lost control. My engines flamed out in a flat spin, and we had to punch the canopy at 2,000. My B must have hit the water wrong. The chute dragged him under. He left 2 kids behind.
And you're on trial?
Flight leader signed his incident report saying he called for afterburners, and I acknowledged.
Did he?
Ma'am, if flight leader had called for afterburners, I would have backed off without even thinking.
Who is this jerk, Harry? He should be the one up on charges.
Captain Frank Hawkins.
What? He's in the Philippines.
No, ma'am. Captain's flight leader at Miramar.
How can that be?
Hawkins was shipped out the day you left service. The accident rate soared under his successor. The Navy decided he was the best available instructor. 2 years later, they brought him back.
I resigned my commission to make sure this man stopped flying. What happened, Harry? Tell me, what the hell happened? Why am I on a bicycle and he's still in an F-18?
Officer Kelly, I know what happened between you and my flight leader 5 years ago. If I decide to fight these charges, I was hoping that you would testify on my behalf.
What do you mean decide? Why wouldn't you fight them?
They offered her a deal, Chris. Just like they did you.
To keep you quiet. To make sure the problem goes away. But it doesn't go away, does it, Harry? If your rank is high enough and you're a male, it keeps flying forever.
Lieutenant, those canyon walls bounce jet wash. You triple follow distance before chasing your wingman down there.
This is a double, Captain. Double follow distance.
I said triple! Do you think Uncle Sam would strap your little tail into a $120 million aircraft knowing you have selective hearing?
Captain.
I don't care if it's your time of the month or your time of the year, Lieutenant. You drive one of my jets into the ground and you will never fly again. Get into the vehicle, Lieutenant Kelly. Chris, you all right?
What did he say, Stephen? Double or triple?
Oh, you know what I'm gonna do when we get there? I'm gonna get me a kangaroo, man.
You can't do that, Shag. It's their national animal.
So?
So, you can't have a bald eagle in your yard here.
I'm home.
Hey there, Sheila.
Not bad today, huh?
Stellar. We'll do one more this afternoon, then we'll find a couple of rich scores over the weekend.
You know, I think we got enough now, Mark.
You think?
Maybe.
You know, maybe you're right. You know, we might have enough here to get 3 tickets to Australia. Of course, once we're there, we're not gonna have any money left. So, you know, we're gonna have to use your medical degree to support us, right?
Come on, Mark. You know I'm not a doctor.
So then maybe we should make a little bit more. So we don't have to rob our new countrymen right off the boat.
Boat? I thought we were flying.
You haven't said 2 words since meeting with your friend in that Navy flyer.
I know.
Oh, there you go. 2 words.
Any news on the tourist robberies?
Well, unfortunately, long blonde hair isn't very unique around these parts, Sheriff.
Well, the one thing we got going for us is the big rewards tend to bring out the civic-minded.
City Council authorized a bounty?
$10,000. Stay on it.
Lieutenant, do you mind if I take a few personal days?
Is everything all right?
Yes, sir. Just wanted to clear the possibility.
That's not a problem. Just let me know when.
They're going to railroad Lieutenant Santuri out of the Navy just like they did me.
I thought you left because your eyes went bad.
Do I wear glasses, Corey?
No.
We're roommates. We share a bathroom. Ever see me use contact lenses?
I just assumed they slipped a little below Navy standards.
2020, 2010. My eyesight is better than perfect.
So why did you leave the Navy?
Because I can see the posters from across the room, but I couldn't see the knife coming from behind.
Don't you just love the reward system? Hey, false tips are the best workouts we get.
Come on, put the money in the bag, all of it.
I'm not letting go.
Mayday, mayday!
You okay, buddy? Come on. Easy. Hold it up. You go.
Honorable discharge. Inactive reserves. Retain your rating to fly combat aircraft. No blemish on your record. A great deal.
In exchange for ditching my commission and sweeping this under the rug.
In addition, Captain Hawkins will be relieved of instructional status and transferred overseas for the remainder of his career.
I feel like gambling, Harry. Screw Hawkins, screw Wilson, screw them all. My word against theirs.
Lieutenant Kelly.
All I want to do is fight for the Navy. That's gone now. Why not make him hurt before they rip the wings off my chest?
Because you'll be on the cover of every magazine your parents subscribe to. You'll be talked about on Nightline. Larry King, grandstanding congressman, will mention your name in speeches on the floor of the House. Then again, you can always cash in on a TV movie.
What the hell do you want me to do, Commander?
I want you to look at the world as it is. You are not the first woman to have a problem with Captain Hawkins, but you will be the last. Your mark on this Navy, Lieutenant Kelly, is to rid it of a sexist, backward-thinking officer who will never ruin another flyer's career.
He'll still be in the Navy, and I won't.
He'll be in exile till retirement, flying cargo transports and supply runs. You will go on to have a fruitful and happy life. We have another minute, Bailiff.
I love this Navy, Harry. That's the only reason I'm gonna let it off the hook.
Mark Allen Weber. Since turning 14, he's only been out of custody a total of 20 months. The last after escaping during a prison transfer.
Well, the timing coincides with the robberies, but the guy I chased was shorter and stockier.
I'm saying Weber jerked the rope. His fingerprints were all over the pole the other side was tied to.
What else do we know about him?
He's a specialist. He doesn't jack cars. He doesn't B&E. He doesn't stick up convenience stores. Strictly armed robbery. And this is the first time he's worked with accomplices.
You got to figure 3 total. You got Weber as backup. You got the actual robber on blades. Then you got Victor's friend with the detachable hair marking victims. Look, I want you both on this until they're caught. TC, is your back gonna be okay?
Yeah.
Who decided to testify at your hearing, Lieutenant?
I'm grateful, ma'am. I know this will open up painful wounds.
Too late. But maybe it'll put a few of them to rest.
With all respect, why didn't you fight your charges?
Well, I think you, of all people, should understand the situation I was in.
No, ma'am. Our situations are very different. I lost a crew member.
For which I'm very sorry, but beyond that, they're exactly the same.
I don't think you understand.
Were you responsible for that crash, Lieutenant?
No, ma'am.
Then I understand perfectly. Do you want my help or not, Rebecca?
I love the Navy, Chris. I'm afraid I could hurt it by taking Captain Hawkins on. What do you think?
Don't ask me, ask her. Because she's the one that Harry will bring to your door a few years from now.
Man, I'd give money to pavement splash that cop again.
Simple pleasures for simple minds. Shag, the cops know what Sheila looked like, and I'm an escape con, so the fun's over. We're moving on. And as much as this scares the hell out of me, you're the only one that can go out and not be recognized.
Except by people I know.
Don't stop. Don't talk to pretty girls. Don't shop for sunglasses. Do you understand? Listen, I want you to go straight to the money exchange. You swap the francs, the Deutschmarks, and the Dutch yodelers for U.S. currency. Then you go to the airline office. You buy 3 tickets to Melbourne, and then you come home. You want me to write it out for you?
No, I got it, Mark.
I need to take you up on those personal days.
Use as many as you need, Chris.
You're probably wondering what's going on.
I have an inkling of an idea. You got room for some advice?
Always.
Sometimes when we look back, we forget to see how much we have to look forward to.
I appreciate the sentiment. I'll try to keep it in mind. What are you doing here?
I'm wearing the uniform, officer.
What a coincidence. Your name recently came up in conversation.
How flattering.
Funny how women under your command seem to mishear instructions.
Despite what you think of me, I'm the best the Navy has to offer at training young pilots.
And that excuses everything else?
There is nothing else. You either cut it as a pilot or you're a bike cop.
How many women have cut it under you, Captain?
Look, you want to make this a battle of the sexes, go ahead. Come on down to Miramar, testify for your sister in arms. But I promise you, you get on that stand, you'll open up like rotten fruit.
How dare you threaten me with...
I'm not through, Lieutenant.
I'm not a lieutenant anymore, remember? In active reserves. I'm not in the Navy, and I am no longer afraid of you, Captain Hawkins.
Yes, you are.
All right, so you were right. Big deal. 7 straight stores, all owned by immigrants from different countries. That's pretty impressive.
Everybody's an immigrant if you, like, dig back far enough. Even the Indians crossed over from somewhere else.
Give it up, you moron! Give it up! What's wrong? Do you don't speak English?
You all right, sir? Okay? Do me a favor, stay here.
didn't testify 5 years ago because you didn't think you could win. What's changed?
Me? Nothing else.
So are you encouraging this lieutenant to fight because you didn't?
No. I think it's better if Rebecca goes down fighting. At least she won't be feeling the things I feel today.
So, enough of this depressing talk. Tell me about the crash.
All right. This is me. This is my wingman, Steve.
What's that?
My fork.
No, I mean in the story, what's that?
It's my fork. Do you want me to tell you the story or not? We were terrain hugging, taking turns in the lead. I remember we tree-topped this little stand of pines on the way to the canyon.
See the broccoli or the trees?
I didn't plan it that way, but if it works for you. As we approached the canyon, Captain Hawkins radioed that we should run the length of it in each direction. Steve dove first, I followed. Captain Hawkins told us that we should double our spacing, which turned out to be wrong. Steve's jet wash bounced off the canyon wall and hit me hard. As I tried to climb, get room to regain control, I went out into a flat-out spin. My engine flamed out, and I ejected.
So did Captain Hawkins want you to crash?
I don't think so. I think he just wanted to rattle me, give me reason to doubt myself.
So why did you crash? And Rebecca, how come nobody else has?
Because we were the only ones good enough to fly formation that close.
So, you gonna eat that F-18?
Well, that's how ugly it is out there, partner. Even the robbers are getting robbed.
Well, it sure looks like you stumbled onto our tourist bandits. That guy you called tell us anything?
No, he was just a street kid. Thought maybe there was a camcorder or something in the bag.
My guess is they were going to exchange a foreign currency, but they were carrying greenbacks, too.
Can you ID the courier?
We couldn't lift any prints off the bag. We got a sketch in the works. He's the same height and weight as our stick-up man.
Don't let these people get away, huh?
You want to know what I think?
What's that?
I think they worked hard for about 10 days, and now they got nothing to show for it, and I think that means trouble.
In the matter before this Board of Inquiry, we find that the F-18 crash of 13 February was ultimately the result of faulty communication between Lieutenant Christine Kelly and Captain Frank Hawkins. While not affixing blame to either party, we recognize the ultimate responsibility for any aircraft lies with its pilot. Inasmuch as this body has learned Lieutenant Kelly wishes to resign her Navy commission, we feel no need to press this action further. Lieutenant Kelly's service record will be cleared of this incident, and she'll be granted an honorable discharge with all its attendant benefits. These proceedings are closed.
Give me the money and jewelry. You know what this is? Robbery. So act like it now.
Are you people all right?
Please call police.
You bet. Yeah, get as much as you can. Hurry up.
Oh, her wallet's here, Mark. Lots of money.
Yeah, you're a champ, Shag.
Guess I'm not going to Australia right away, huh?
You got that right.
That's correct, ma'am. The reward's been up to $10,000.
Santa Monica Police Department. Yes, sir. Our pier is safe for the Boy Scouts.
Santa Monica Police Department. And what makes you suspect her boss?
We don't have to worry about tourists staying off the boardwalk anymore. After last night's news coverage of the killings, everybody's steering clear. It's like a ghost town out there.
Mayor only calls me twice a year. Once to wish me happy birthday, and once when he thinks his re-election is going down the tubes.
It ain't his birthday. Santa Monica Police Department.
Double homicide. And then for good measure, this guy Weber kills one of his own.
He's like a wounded animal now, Tony. It's only gonna get worse.
Cancel your days off. City Council expects a police presence on every corner to reassure the public.
Hello, Chris.
Harry?
Good to see you. So how does it feel to be back?
Weird. Like I'm a grown-up.
That's called perspective. Let's go for a walk.
Lieutenant Santori is still contesting the charges?
Like a prize fighter. I don't know what you said to her, Chris, but it did the trick.
Did you use me, Harry? Did you use me to push her over the edge so you can have your day in court?
Ever hear of Lieutenants Kayla Raskin, Sharon Hendricks, Jill Cooper? All three had similar experience to you in Centauri. Only they didn't crash, and all three received discipline and rank reduction. Basically, ending their careers.
Captain Hawkins.
He's the best at what he does. He just comes with a little baggage. Hating women in the cockpit.
So why is it taking so long to get rid of him? For good?
These charges are hard to prove. In the past, the Pentagon has been willing to overlook such peccadillos in exchange for results. But the times they are changing. There's new public awareness, and the Congress won't put up with it anymore.
Do you think Rebecca can really win?
No guarantees, but she's got the best chance yet.
Thanks for using me, Harry.
My pleasure. By the way, I've requested the Navy to issue orders placing you on active reserves for the duration of your testimony. I want you wearing your dress whites in front of the Board of Inquiry. And while you're tripping down memory lane,
Lieutenant Commander. Congratulations on your promotion.
What are you doing here, Chris?
It's good to see you, too. Guess.
The Centauri thing.
Well, on our side of the sexual divide, we like to call it the Hawkins thing.
I was friends with her co-pilot.
You know why he's dead, Stephen? Because of us. I took the easy way out, you took the easy way up.
I have a family. If I come forward, I'm finished.
You're already finished. There isn't anything the service stands for that's still inside you.
I was going to back you, Chris. But Hawkins said he'd pin your crash on me if I did.
We could have beaten it together. We always did it before.
We're not kids at the academy anymore.
I'm gonna testify for Lieutenant Santori tomorrow.
They'll pound you, Chris. I can't change my story now.
You know what? I didn't expect you to. Fly fast, Lieutenant Commander. Maybe you can outrace your guilt.
Thank you for coming. Thank you. Thank you.
Funny Clyde left here, they knocked over a convenience store a few blocks over.
Weber pistol whipped the Vietnamese owner when there was only $35 in the register.
Look, Lieutenant, we'd like for you to borrow some units from Metro and Pacific Division.
Yeah, but in plain clothes, one every 100 yards up the boardwalk, all the way from Venice to Santa Monica. We'll hang back on the bikes as rapid response.
Good idea, let's do it.
What the hell's your problem?
What's your problem, Captain? Off the record. You don't think we could fly?
No, you can fly. You're just bad for morale. I want my pilots concerned with wind shear, instrumentation, ordnance. Not which lady lieutenant they want to hop in the sack with.
How enlightened, Captain.
I'm not enlightened. I'm a warrior. I defend our country, and when called upon, I kill other mothers' sons to get the job done. I also lead impressionable young pilots who don't need your scent in their nose.
You smug SOB. To think I ever looked up to you.
Of course you did. I'm the best.
Funny. I always thought I was.
If it makes any difference, you were actually pretty good up there.
It does make a difference. I'm gonna take the stand tomorrow, and I'm gonna do everything in my power to bring you down, Captain.
You tell your story. I'll tell mine. It won't be any different than 5 years ago.
Oh, yes, it will. At the very least, even if I crash and burn, I expect to throw a wide debris field. Duck and cover, sir.
Corey's onto something. I think this is the way to go.
Reduce our presence at the beach. Huh? Am I missing something here?
Actually, yeah.
Officer McNamara, in this situation, what's better than quantity?
Quality. Weber's looking for rich tourists to rob. Let's give him some.
All right, all right. Don't forget we have a desperate man out there who's willing to kill. That said, you be Sven, I'll be Hans.
Auf Wiedersehen.
I feel like Steve Martin and Dan Aykroyd.
We are two wild and crazy guys. I sure hope nobody we know sees us.
I wouldn't worry about that, TC. Is this pathetic or what? You don't even stand out.
I know how to pick Weber and his girlfriend out of the crowd.
Well, they'll probably be in disguise.
Yeah, well, just look for someone who's laughing uncontrollably.
Honorable discharge, inactive reserves. Retain your rating to fly combat aircraft.
Just get the hell out of our Navy.
Look, this deal will keep your life story off the 11 o'clock news and you can still fly for the airlines.
Why didn't you do that, Chris?
Because 747s fly way too slow.
Lieutenant Rebecca Santori.
Let's go.
For the duration of our ocean run, I followed Captain Hawkins' aircraft in tight wingman formation.
I will say that up to that point, Lieutenant Santori and her co-pilot performed flawlessly.
Captain Hawkins called for evasive vertical, and we 90'd straight up.
Climbing to 6,000, I noticed that Lieutenant Santori was still tight on my tail.
I was never informed we were going to afterburners.
Ridiculous. It was discussed in pre-flight briefing. And when I saw her follow distance, I called out a burner warning.
Since Woody died in the crash, and Captain Hawkins was alone, there's no one to verify my story. But, sirs, I am telling the truth.
Lieutenant Santori, are you implying that Captain Hawkins is therefore lying?
Yes.
How long are we to keep doing this?
Just keep flashing the cash.
Dies be good for my wife, yeah?
Those two jerks over there. They got thrown out of their own country.
But they've got money.
Go to it.
Hi.
Hello.
I couldn't help but notice you two shopping for jewelry.
Oh, I bought these for my wife, yeah?
Oh, those are nice.
Yeah.
It's too bad I didn't catch you earlier. You know, my uncle has the best prices. And his stuff is so much better than this crap.
Well, Hans must buy something for his mother, yeah?
Maybe diamonds.
Decoy's on the move towards the graffiti pit. Wait for our signal.
Great. Where is he? He said he would meet us here.
Hey! All of you, money, jewelry, let's go.
Please, don't hurt us.
Let's go with the other camera. Come on. Don't move!
Stay here. I'll go get the police.
We're already here. You're under arrest, Sheila.
Why don't you try these bracelets on?
Victor Corey, Weber's in jeans, a plaid shirt, a black curly wig. He should hit the boardwalk between the boutique and the taco stand.
We see him, Lieutenant.
Turn around. Hands behind your back.
What's your problem?
As our first corroborating witness, the defense would like to call Lieutenant Chris Kelly, USN, retired.
And it was this misinformation rendered by Captain Hawkins that was directly responsible for the loss of my aircraft.
Lieutenant Kelly, you're aware that your wingman at the time, now Lieutenant Commander Stephen Wilson, has given a sworn statement directly contradicting your claim.
Yes, sir, and I stand by my testimony. If I may make an additional statement, Your Honor. While female officers make up for less than 4% of Captain Hawkins' training responsibility, they account for 55% of his flight incident write-ups. For the record, I firmly believe that Captain Hawkins, while an excellent pilot, has fundamental problems with the role of women in the military.
Your Honor, the prosecution would like to cross-examine. Lieutenant Kelly, who first recommended your elevation from transport aircraft to fighter jets?
Captain Hawkins.
And who made sure that you received more than the standard number of cockpit hours?
Captain Hawkins.
Final question, Lieutenant. Do you believe that Captain Hawkins wanted you to crash 5 years ago?
No, sir.
I'm dead, aren't I? Stay calm, Lieutenant.
The prosecution calls its final witness, Lieutenant Commander Stephen Wilson.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Sir, are you aware of the testimony given earlier by Lieutenant Christine Kelly concerning the crash of her F-18 jet 5 years ago, during which mission you were her wingman and Captain Hawkins flew above as consult?
Yes.
For the record, Lieutenant Commander, would you please tell us your version of those events?
If it please the court, my statement today shall differ from all previous statements on this subject. "5 years ago, I was prevailed upon to lie on Captain Hawkins' behalf and give false testimony. Today I will correct that with the truth.
I need some refresher hours before full reinstatement, but they've scheduled me double dips each of the next 10 days starting now.
Sounds like they know a good pilot when they see one, Rebecca.
Yeah, by my estimations, ma'am, they're 5 years too late for that.
Don't call me ma'am.
Aye, aye, Lieutenant. My first leave. Dinner's on me.
Got it. So, my old friend, did you get what you wanted?
Did you?
So what's gonna happen to Steven?
Not much, considering. I'll bet disciplinary grounding, reduction in rank, and it helps that he came forward voluntarily and that he's got a top flight attorney. We're gonna need your testimony.
Tell Steven he'll have it. And what about Hawkins?
He'll never fly again. He's facing more criminal charges than I can count. And even if he plea bargains, I see stockade in his future.
You're not gonna represent him.
No. So tell me the truth, Chris. You missed this place?
Yes. But I don't belong here anymore.
What's the best part about coming back, Chris? Satisfaction, vindication, closure?
Honestly, the uniform still fits. See you, Harry.